So yeah, that was New Star by Tears for Fears from the soundtrack Threesome. Actually, the last part of that song had a little bit of an INXS thing going for it. Like, had a little bit of a Michael Hutchins kind of vibe to it.
I was kind of hoping that last bit to kind of go on a little bit more. But I gotta admit, okay, number one, never seen Threesome.
Great film.
Like, the trailer would be on VHSs that I'd rent all the time, but never got around to watching it.
Yeah.
Number two, I'm pretty sure this is the first time I've heard Tears for Fears.
That can't be possible.
Okay, what's like a big hit by Tears for Fears?
Everybody Wants to Rule the World?
Okay, yeah. I didn't know who was by, but...
Like, if you haven't heard that...
Yeah. Okay, I've heard that.
Then I don't know what to do. I don't think we have any right to be doing a podcast about music. If you haven't heard
It'd be a bit crazy. We're kind of around the same generation-ish.
Yeah, I mean...
If I didn't hear that song, that'd be crazy.
You know, Sowing the Seeds of Love, Woman in Chains.
Those ones don't ring a bell.
You know, It's a Mad World.
Doesn't ring a bell.
Okay, well, I mean, you know, like the movie Donnie Darko? Like the song at the end, you know, like It's a Mad World, that I think Gary Jules, is it Gary Jules? I could be wrong about that. That sings it, like that sad sort of somber melancholy song at the end. That's a cover of a Tears for Fears song.
All right.
I mean, like, they've done great stuff. They've got some really, really cool songs. If you're not familiar with them, I highly recommend checking them out. Actually, we can do like a Forgotten Gems with them during a future episode.
Nice.
I mean, this is a great soundtrack. It's got a lot of other tracks from it. It's got like tracks from Brian Ferry. It's got U2 on there. It's got the song Boom Shakalak. Boom Shakalak, all the people that want.
Apache Indian?
Yeah, it's got that. It's got I'll Take You There by General Public. Is it General Public? Yeah, General Public. Yeah, that's the name of the band. So it's a really, really, really fun, really upbeat soundtrack. The movie itself, if you haven't seen it, I highly recommend it. It's really funny. It's Josh Charles, Lara Flynn Boyle, and Stephen Baldwin playing like a fresh college freshmen. Back at the time when like fully grown adults are playing like college kids. But I don't know if you remember, but there was like a period of like 2 weeks where Stephen Baldwin was in pretty good movies.
Oh yeah.
And then he stopped. So like, you know, he had the 1-2 punch of Threesome and Usual Suspects. And he's hilarious in this. I mean, the story basically
more hilarious than Biodome.
Oh fuck yeah. I mean, different.
I mean, the way the trailer made it seem, it kind of felt like it was, I don't know, maybe that's how they were selling it. It kind of felt like Sex, Lies, and Videotape.
No.
Like, that was the vibe that I got. I was like, oh, this looks serious. It didn't seem like a comedy to me.
I mean, no, it is a comedy.
It seemed like one of those, like, we had a threesome and things have fucked us up for life now.
There is some of that in there.
Okay.
There is some of that in there, but I would say, I mean, for me, I found the movie really funny. I mean, I think it's a romantic comedy drama. Okay. Like, there are dramatic elements, but it's also really funny. I mean, basically, Josh Charles, I mean, here's the setup. Josh Charles, I mean, Lara Flynn Boyle likes Josh Charles. Josh Charles likes Stephen Baldwin. Stephen Baldwin likes Lara Flynn Boyle. And things get weird. But it's this kind of thing where like you know, like it's not like a mystery for too long, you know. It's like Stephen Baldwin is aware pretty early on that Josh Charles has a thing for him, and somehow the three of them find this equilibrium where for a while in the movie they're cool with it, like they have fun with the energy, and then yes, the threesome happens, and then obviously things get complicated. But like the Stephen Baldwin's character he's so like sexed up, and initially before he realizes Josh Charles is gay, and he thinks that Lara Flynn Boyle's into him, which she is, and like she's in the library, and Josh Charles is just like reading stuff out loud, and then she like has an orgasm because she likes big words. And he's telling Stephen Baldwin this story, and Stephen Baldwin is like, right there? She came right there? And it's like, this is an amazing discovery. I mean, like, this girl is like a live wire of sexual energy. I mean, doesn't it make you just want to, I don't know, just fuck her? You know? And the guy's like, I don't know, maybe. So, what do you mean maybe? There's no maybes about it. Next time she's in that position, you like slide her off that table. You step her off that table and pull up her skirt. Yeah, and rip her panties off with your teeth. Yeah, that's good. And then take your fingers, and then, like, he just like... He goes off into this rant, and I remember like watching it, it was like 94, I can't remember how old I was like, what, 13, 14, something, and it just blew my fucking mind. I was like, what's going on? This movie's hilarious. It was directed by Andrew Fleming, who went on to direct Anne and the King, and also one of my favorite movies, The Craft.
Oh!
Yeah, so, yeah, I mean, now he does like mostly like TV stuff, so he's like one of the directors or the main director on Emily in Paris. But yeah, I mean, I've always loved this movie, and I've always had a soft spot for this soundtrack. It's a really, really fun soundtrack. The U2 song, Dancing Barefoot, is also, like, really fun. But I've always liked this particular Tears for Fears song, because, like, the movie opens with it, and so I like the, sort of like the energy, so, like, the whole opening credit sequence is this track, and I've always really liked it, so.
It's weird. I didn't expect, based on the band name, for the music to be so
Upbeat,
Yes.
vibrant.
yes.
Well, I mean, they've got some sad shit too. It's not all fun and games, you know. But you know,
Because like you said, like that last part, like sounded like, oh shit, it's a bit in excess now.
Mm-hmm,
It looks like it's going somewhere. So yeah, I was kind of surprised. I was like, oh shit, okay.
and even Everybody Wants to Rule the World is a fairly upbeat song as well. But yeah, I mean, like Woman in Chains is a little bit more somber. It's
I
a
always
little bit
found
slower.
Everybody Wants to Rule the World, like, yeah, it's upbeat, but for some reason I always found it sad.
Well, it is kind of.
You know what I mean?
It is kind of, you know. I mean, like if you listen to the lyrics and everything, yeah,
Yeah.
it's not the most uplifting song in,
Exactly.
the world, but there's
Sounds like
something.
a lament.
But there's something about that song that every time I hear that opening bar, like I always smile, even though it's not necessarily the happiest song in the world. There's something about that song that makes me happy. There's something about Tears for Fears music that makes me happy, even though they're not the cheeriest couple of guys.
Nice.
What you got?
So I've got from a TV show this time.
Oh yeah.
A track from the soundtrack to the Punisher TV series, Episode 1, Season 1. This is Hell Broke Loose by Tom Waits.
All right.